Hello, lovely people. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts all on a summer's day, but you don't need to steal them because this month's free pattern is to make your own little jam tarts. Use as a pincushion or as a decoration. Hello. If you don't know me, my name's Kitten and I knit with beginners to help them with their knitting. Every month you get a free pattern, this little video to walk you through any technical tricky bits and to show you exactly how all the stitches form. So let's show you, shall we?
Down a little alley in the heart of Kendal town is a tiny independent yarn shop. Welcome to the wonderful world of the kitten and the goat.
Both these yarns are Wendy Supreme. I've chosen an oatmeal-y one, natural, I think it was, on neutral, for the pastry case, and a bright serious strawberry red for the filling. Any yarn that's pastry coloured, any filling that's jam or custard, you could do a custard one. Let your imagination go mad. You can always decorate it with stuff later on. The pastry case is one of these ones where we're going to knit a circle straight. So it can be a bit of a fiddle. So really relax. If you have bamboo needles, I highly recommend you give that a go because the wood hangs onto the stitches. Cast on 3, knit into the front and back of every stitch. So we're going to knit front, back, front, back, front, back. Now you've got 6 stitches. Now there's no rest row in this, so it gets extremely tight. Knit into the front and back of every stitch. So we take these stitches, we knit front, back. Don't hold the needle close and just think, oh well, I'll pull it really close. Really make the thing through, really take it round, really put the point in and round, and that will give you the bit of extra space for the stitches to expand because you have no rest row on this. Every single row is an increase on the pastry. Going in there, take it right the way round to the back, pick up the back loop into the back, going into the front, take it right the way round to the back, going in to the back. See what I mean? It does get very tight. Into the front, right the way round, into the back. Now in every row it is an increase row, but for the next row we're going to knit one and then increase front back, knit one, increase front and back. For the row after that we're going to knit 2, increase front and back, then 3, 4, 5 until we have 42 stitches on the needle. So following that idea, I'm going to do that, take you to where we've completed that, and then show you how we work the little pastry trim crust along the top. Now, when you've done all your increasing, this is what it looks like. It's a lot crammed into a tiny place. You have got knit, purl, you've got 4 rows for the size of the tart to straighten it out. Now the key thing is to really concentrate and watch the stitches and make sure you don't drop any. They have a tendency to spring apart because there's so many squished. As you take one off, they have a tendency to fling behind it. So keep yourself firmly anchored. Work along and just release them. You see already how much extra space we've got. So just work along, holding them tight, relaxing, and do your 4 rows of spacing like that before you do the edge of your pie crust. We have done all that increasing, and I've put the little bit of an edge for the pie crust, and you can see just how many stitches were crammed into that little space. As I get further out, this will come more and more round. So we're going to be doing the top, the little picot crust. Picot is the style of the edging. It's really nice to put on the edges of cardigans and things. So let's get you straight. We knit one, we bring the yarn under the needle to the front of the work like that, and knit the next 2 stitches together. Knit 2 together without splitting the yarn and catching it up. Okay, so you're creating a stitch and you're losing a stitch. Bringing the yarn forward, and we're knitting 2 together. Yarn forward, knit 2 together. Yarn forward, knit 2 together. Yarn forward, knit 2 together. We're going all the way along with a yarn forward, knit 2 together. Yarn forward, knit 2 together. What it does is makes a hole. So you work a bit more and then you fold it along that line and you get what looks like a little crimped edge to the side of your pastry case. It's really clever, it's really pretty, very simple. Yarn forward. It's a great little trick to put on the edges of things. And that folds in half. I'll show you when that's done because I'm getting a crowd outside. Right, you can see how that's increased and it pushes itself round to make a circle. So you just sew up, that's your flat base. And this is where we've just made the holes. And you fold it over along the line and you get these little crimp. Makes it look like the pastry's been crimped. Really fun, clever effect. So that's your case. Now we need to make the jam to go in it. That's not quite as intense. The only difficult bit is the first bit. You have got rests in between this. You have got rest rows. So we've cast on and we've purled. We're going to create a flat kind of ovally shape. Going to knit into the front and the back like that. Knit into the front and the back. So closer look. Knit into the front as normal. There's your stitch. Pull the yarn through. Take it. Put it into the back of the same stitch. Okay. Knit front. Knit back. Because you've got a rest row, the next row is going to be to purl all across. And we're actually making a flat shape, so from here on you're purling every other row and you're just increasing on the sides so they come out, little straight bit, and then it goes in again. Okay, so we'll come back to when we assemble everything and put it together when I've done that for you. Right, let's see if we can put this thing together, shall we? I like to put a bit of card in the middle at the bottom base. You'll need that. You'll need something for wadding. In the kit you'll get a good sized square of low loft. It's got adhesive one side, so you can actually put an iron on it and stick it all together, fuse it as a piece, but I'm in the shop, I haven't got that. Your base, you're going to fold, leave a long tail when you cut off, fold your edge and sew it down, sew around and down the seam. Okay, then with your jam part you're going to run a running stitch all the way around the edge so that when you pull it, it starts to squish up. You can tuck that bit in. Tuck your tails in. Tuck a bit of stuffing in. I wouldn't decorate it before I make it up if you want to add little beads and things for hundreds and thousands, mainly because you don't quite know how it's going to sit in the pastry until you've done it. So pull, pull, pull. Oops. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Get a nice shape. Doesn't matter what the back looks like, nobody's going to see it. Is that small enough to go in the gap? Bit more. Oh, we've got more kiddies coming. So they're going to come and want to come in and look for the zebra. So I'm going to have to secure that. And then go to see the little kiddies. Help find their zebra. 2 seconds. I love it. I love it. The kids coming in for their summer trail. I like to put a little bit of cardboard on the bottom there. You want to put the bit you folded over, that's kind of your cast off edge, you want that on the inside. We've secured that. Oh, go on, I'll cut it off. Trouble is, if I cut it off and make the thing wobble. Okay, we'll cut that off like that. Now then, this is going to be really awkward with this one side of the camera and me the other side. Look, nice flower. So what you want to do is you want to put that in there. Tug and wiggle. Never be afraid to tug and wiggle your work. It will not disintegrate. It will not fall apart. Oh, there's my needle and thread. I've got a needle and thread with a pastry colour thread in. I'm going to secure there a bit, and what I'm going to do is go round and put a stitch, where are we? I'm I'm going to put a stitch. This isn't taking any stress as such. We just need to keep the pastry effect wrapping around the jam tart. Okay, so we're just doing little bits like that, so we can pull this up to make your jam tart. You can make these in all sorts of colours. You could decorate them with little beads to look like sprinkles, all those long beads that look like the hundreds and thousands, the long sticky ones. You can make them all the different coloured jams. I tell you, it'll be quite nice in variegated colours too. If you've got some dark variegated colours in it, that would be rather fun. Oops, that's a bit too far in. We don't want to come too far in. We want to stay reasonably around the outside of our jam filling, and guarantee this will look better than jam tarts I could make in the kitchen, because I am very ham-fisted at my baking. It goes everywhere. Jam comes in different colours. What else? Custard tarts, that's fun. You could decorate it with the stripes that they put on tarts. You could do anything really, couldn't you? Make a nice little set to display on a tray. Little gifts for fates and things. There we go. They come out fairly unique because every time you do them they're different. Every time you do it, it's a slightly different shape, a slightly different look to it. So we just go all the way round to finish off like that. When we're done, there you go. There's your pincushion. So if you've liked this little walkthrough, you should have had your email pattern. If you've not, it's on the website in the free resources for a little while. If you want to be the first to receive a new pattern every month, then go to the website, get on the email list, put your email. I don't flood you with adverts. You only get an email. You get 2 emails a month. One is the pattern walkthrough like this. One is the technique. I think next month, this next technique video ought to come with a bit of a warning, because you need to not be of a nervous disposition. So check back with me and see what I've got in store for you. See you later, lovely people.